Oh, hello. We are going live to audit some Instagram accounts. So if you want your Instagram account audited, go ahead and drop it in the chat. So I did get permission for all of these people to do an Instagram audit for them. They're in my Instagram broadcast channel, but if you are watching now, you can drop the live link and I will audit your Instagram. Okay, let's get started with Catpina photography. So I'm always looking here and, just taking a look at that first little section because truthfully, so many people don't get past like this right here. So we always want to take a look probably at this spot here. So being a photographer storyteller, one thing I would do right off the bat is add a space right here, because if we're using photographer in our name to hope that you get, uh, the search engine optimization in there and, get found that way, we can't have a typo there. So we need to make sure that there's a space between photographer and that line there. Let's hit more. All right, so this is good. So I can tell she's a photographer. Again, we want that space there so that we're getting optimized for the word photographer, specializing in quinceañeras, weddings, and portraits. Perfectly. I know what you do, capturing love, beauty, emotion. I know how you do it. And I know you do workshops. The only thing that we're missing here is Kat, I need to know where you are. And if you're going to travel all around the world, a lot of people are like, well, I'll go anywhere for this. Well, wonderful. But still tell me where you're based and tell me that you will travel, because otherwise I'm going to look at this and be like, oh, I don't know where you are. Oh, hey, Jeffrey, how you doing? I don't know where you are. And then I'm not even going to do anything. Yeah. Drop your Instagram in the chat if you want me to audit your Instagram. Okay. So that's kind of things right here. Let me look at your link. Okay, so we go right to your website, or we go to, it looks like Photoshop. So now, Kat, I feel you are trying to market to two different audiences, and it's very difficult to do. I think you're doing it correctly here, where it's like people are going to click, and the photographers that you're trying to market to are going to go here, or the people that are interested in your photography are going to go there. So what I would do is title this and say something like looking for a photographer or photography information or something, just like you titled this one. So that it's just like really clear where you want to go. So that's what I would do there. And then up here, we need to make this much more branded. So you are primarily selling yourself as a photographer. So we need to very clearly see your brand. I want kind of like this, having some sort of icon there that's going to be branded to you, that's going to have someone look at this and be like, oh, this is a professional photographer here. It just adds that security, brand security. I love that you have pinned posts. I would very much love to see just in these 3 pinned posts. I want to see quinceañeras, weddings, and portraits. Right now, all I see is quinceañeras. And if I scroll down, I guess there's a wedding one there. All right, those are just, but I want to see right off, if you're telling me you do quinceañeras, weddings, and portraits, I want to see all 3 of them right now, right there. All right, let's pop on to the next one. Rishat, I'm going to take yours. Cool. What's up? Oh, you don't even follow me. What the heck? Well, you know what? I follow you. Anyway, Rishat. All right, love this. So here we have Michigan wedding photographer and videographer. So the fact that you have both there, you have your category here, that is fantastic for search engine optimization, being found on here. Weddings, engagements, and couples, documenting love. You tell me where you are, your booking. The only thing I would love to see here in your bio profile, one, I would love to see the word, because I know you have it here in your name, but you could have it here also, like photography for weddings, engagement, couples. Again, just like putting that photography in your search engine optimization. But the other thing I really want to see is some sort of credibility here. This is your chance to like say as seen in, or published by, or some award that you have won, like some kind of credibility. And it's not for the sake of branding, it's for the sake of your clients looking here and seeing that you're a credible photographer. And if you don't have any awards like that, feel free to Make sure that you put your name out there in some awards. But if you don't have anything, you could even put something snarky. Like one of my favorite examples of this was someone who's a wedding photographer that just said, "Your mom will love me." So I love that. That's perfect. So anyway, oh, you're from Deal, Elliot? How fun. Yeah, hopefully I'll get to all of you guys there. You're here at the live chat, so I'm going to prioritize all of you and auditors. So go ahead and do that. And it looks like you just have one link to your website, which is perfect. That's what we want. Just anything that we can do to shorten the when they find you to when they contact you. That's really a goal. You have beautiful photography, by the way, and it's very well branded. And I think what you're posting is good. I guess this is a newer account. Oh, 45 weeks. Dude, you should have more than 300 followers at 45 weeks. Let's do one more thing. Let's look at your last post and see why you don't have followers. Oh, here's why you don't have followers. I can tell you right now. You are not putting anything in here that is searchable. So we need to maximize the text that you put in your description, because that is how Instagram pushes you forward, figures out what it is that is in your photo and in the post so that it sends it to the correct people. It's also search engine optimized or searchable. So we want to put as much here possible because you can be found on Google too. So that is a huge problem that we have right here. You're also not tagging any of the vendors. You're not tagging any, I mean, I would tag the specific location where they got married, even if this isn't necessarily the reception hall, or you could tag the park if you want to, but not just Cleveland, Ohio. You're also not tagging a single vendor, so no one's seeing this photo. I don't even see that you tagged the couple, so even they're not seeing this photo. The more tags you can do, the better. The more collaborations that you can do, the better. That's why you don't have followers. All right, let's get to this next one here. All right. Awesome. Dude, you're not following me either. What the heck? Well, I'm going to follow you. I hope you follow me back. Okay. Let's take a look here. All right. So this little section up here, this needs a lot of work. Again, most people are not going past this point right here. So you really have to like get it all here. I would love the word photographer to be in your name. I would love tell me what you do, how you do it, where you do it, and give me some kind of credibility. I know we clicked over to here and it's great that you're part of that, but that doesn't look like it's your company potentially. I actually do like how you have the highlights here. They're not like branded necessarily, but they're consistent, right? So we've got consistency here. We've got how you're using the text. I would just not do an ampersand there. Keep with your plus sign, and then maybe take out this PREW. But I think that would work. Now, ideally, what I tell people to do here is more like what you have there. And this is good, where you have like full portfolio. I just want to click on your highlights here, because ideally we should have your Instagram being like a mini website in a lot of ways. So having really quick access to your portfolio is perfect. Like I do, I can go right to families. I can go right to Sangeets and right to maternity. This is beautiful. You have beautiful work, just absolutely stunning. So just a couple of things. I would probably, if I were you, because most people aren't going to actually do that click over here, I would narrow down these that you have, or just make an update to your portfolio, because when you make an update to highlight, it goes to the beginning. Basically, I just want to see this wedding, maternity, family, like these right here. I want to see those up front so people can see exactly what you do. Because that's the other thing. Like, I don't know exactly what you photograph here. I can tell weddings by these pictures, which good job. But you're also not utilizing your top 3 pinned posts. So anyone who's watching, go ahead and drop your Instagram in the chat and I will audit your Instagram. So we want to utilize these top 3 pinned posts. Let me show you what I mean by that. So this is my Instagram right here. I have a couple different audiences that I am trying to attract. So I have pinned posts for each of those audiences. One that's for wedding photography. And then you can see it's, just a bunch of stuff here, testimonials, whatever. This is also search engine optimized. I could do a little better job here. This was written a while ago. Yeah, like 64 weeks over a year ago. So I need to update this to make it search engine optimized, because within that year, that became a thing. Always updating here, but you can see how I have the pinned posts here, so they can always tell exactly what I do, and then go to wherever it is. Like for the photography education, like I'm talking about, Photo Insiders. I'm talking about my mastermind. Actually, I need to talk about my mastermind because my mastermind is a new thing since then. If you are interested in the mastermind, I am sold out right now, but we will be opening doors in about a week and a half. So if you apply, get on the waiting list. That's the best way to do it. There's a link in the description, or you can just go to, I think I can pull it up here, bit.ly. It's bit.ly/photo insider MM. So photo insider mastermind. So very limited slots, little cute thing here. Just get on the waiting list if you are at all interested in seriously growing your business. Okay. Thanks for following me now, Risha. I appreciate that. Okay. I am going to audit this one. This is actually my friend, Jason. But he answered my call when I asked for people that I can audit. So I'm gonna rip you apart there, Jason, because Jason is a phenomenal photographer. He's also, as you can see, senior staff on F Stoppers. He also has a senior section of his business and what he does. So I'm gonna give it to you, Jason. So here we go. I love that I know you're a photographer and I know what you do. Now, I personally know that you do a lot of weddings, so I would love to see what kind of photography you do here listed out. Because again, it's for clarity when people first find you, and it's also for search engine optimization. So I would love to see that right there. What it is you do, I see where you do it. This bit of credibility is perfect. Like I want to see something credible, want to make sure that you're legit. I would not, unless it's in some kind of agreement that you have with the F stoppers, I would not link to them, because all you do when you outbound link to someone else is you let them go on a tangent somewhere that's absolutely not where you want them to be. You want them on your page, you want them contacting you. So I would not have that link. I would keep this link because this is going to you. And if they're interested in high school seniors, they're going to go here. But again, I want to see a little bit more, and maybe it would be like wedding photographer, senior photographer, then you could link to that. You could definitely talk about being a senior staff, but again, I would not link to it. So let's go to your links. Oh, okay. So one thing I would tell you to do is use your link tree. So I know you, like me, we serve different audiences, whether it's high school seniors, weddings, with photographers. This right here, let me give this a mobile view because it's important that what it looks like on mobile. So this is the experience for mobile, which is how most people are going to view that link. I am confused because there's no separation here. I don't know where I'm supposed to go for what I want. If I'm somebody that's looking for a wedding photographer, like I'm sorry, wedding photography, I don't really know where I should click first. So we want to shorten that lead to contact you path, and we want to make it very straight and easy for them to find you. So I definitely get that, having to deal with multiple audiences, but I want to make sure that they all know like clearly where to go. Right now, they don't know clearly where to go, and then we're sending them to this page that isn't very visually guiding. And there's some errors here. So like, I feel like this, Jason, does not match the brand and high value that I know you are. So I will work on that. And then your 3 pin posts here. Again, same thing. Like you want this to look like a mini website. And right now you're not even using your highlights. And your highlights is one of the best places to show what you do, show your portfolio. If you want inspiration, mine has like my testimonials, albums and art, about section, which is literally like screenshots of my website. Or it used to be screenshots of my website until we actually did it on purpose. So they should get all the information that they need, like right here. And then of course I've got weddings, corporate engagement, like portfolios. And then I go into like the YouTube stuff for other people, for other photographers. So I would love to see you start using the highlights so that everything is accessible. And then with these pinned posts, I do like this because I think it's very you. The only thing I don't love about this is the horizontal format, because it's telling me like it wasn't intended for Instagram. So that's something to consider. But again, it's still it's still good because it's very you. This piece of credibility, I think that's fantastic. And then we aren't utilizing the last pinned post. So I definitely would utilize that to talk about, like, again, mini website, who you are, what you do, like all the things, make them fall in love with you. And you can do 3 pinned posts up here too that are totally separate. So that's what I got, Jason. All right, who's next in the chat? Let me pull up Elliot. Elliot, you're from New Jersey, from Deal. I know that area very, very well. All right, dude, you're not following me either. What the heck, you people? That's okay. I unfollowed actually every photographer that I followed a couple of years ago, a year or two ago, just because I needed to like get the clean out the comparison game out of my brain. So it's okay, but I'm following you now. All right, Elliot. Okay, so number 1, looking up here, you are in Colombia. Fantastic. You're a member of Click Medallion. That's not even clickable, which I like the fact that it's not clickable, but hopefully that's your credibility thing. If it's not a credibility piece, like to me, as somebody who doesn't know what Click Medallion is, I probably would be like, okay, right? It's not a credibility thing that really speaks to people who don't know what it is. And that's what we're trying to do, become credible to people who don't know us and who probably don't know anything about the photography world. So if you're just joining, you can drop your Instagram in the chat and I will get to it and give you a little audit. Okay. So shootings, trade for print, and collab. I would say photo shoots. We probably don't want to use the word shootings because that has a negative connotation to it. So I would probably take that out because Instagram does penalize you for negative things. So like if you say gun shooting, anything violent, right? Like that and YouTube, the fact that I just said that out loud is probably going to penalize this stream. So we want to avoid that. You can say photo shoot, photo session, things like that. DM you is fine. I do like that you have them going to your website. That's great. And then I just want to look at it on yeah. All right, that looks pretty good about Elliot. I would have some kind of call to action right up here too, like right here maybe, like contact for your photo shoot now. So you want to have something where it's like making sure that it's really click and find you, especially again, we're looking on a mostly mobile platform. So we want to make sure it looks good on mobile, at a glance, easy to click. Like those are the things that actually matter more than your photos do, because you could have the best photos in the entire world and then someone's not going to be able to get to you fast enough. They'll get frustrated. They'll move on. So we have to think about that clickability. Definitely utilize your highlights more. I want this to be a mini website. I want to see the about section. I want to see what you do, where like maybe you behind the scenes, things like that. Now, same thing. We have no pinned posts here. So utilize those pinned posts. This is your first impression right here. First impression right here. We have to make sure we are giving them as much information clearly as humanly possible and a quick way to contact you and how. So utilize all of that. I'm just going to look at one of your shoots right here. What is this? 2 weeks ago, 49 likes. I would like to see this a little bit better. So some of the things that we can do to make this better. One, we haven't even tagged her. Like, yes, you put her here, but you didn't tag her and you didn't collaborate with her, or maybe she didn't accept the collaboration post, and that's a huge miss because your tagged photos end up in a tagged section on their profile. And then if they're collabing, it ends up on their main feed. This right here, boudoir series, I would say boudoir photos. And again, just maximize this. We want so much more text here, like as much text as humanly possible, if we're trying to really maximize that reach. Boudoir Medellin photography. Yeah, these are pretty good. Some of these, like Medellin photography, is probably a smaller hashtag, which is good to use. Actually, boudoir Medellin is probably super small. I think on desktop, it doesn't give me the number of actual posts. I probably should not have clicked on that now. YouTube is going to be like, and we're blocking your stream. So just again, kind of going back to here, like you want to have a smaller number and then like a bigger one. Like I can imagine boudoir portraits is pretty big. A lot of people post in that hashtag, but boudoir Medellin is not as big. So that's a good, my whole point is this is a good bunch of hashtags. It's also good that you're using carousels. I see that you're using carousels. These single posts, you can tell right off the bat, 49, 32, 27. That one was 68 likes, but typically your single photos don't do as well as a carousel or a reel. So just some things to think about when you post. All right, let's get into the chat. Pull some people up. 777. Let me pull yours up. If you're just joining, by the way, my name's Vanessa Joy. I do a lot of photography business coaching, and you can look in the link in this YouTube and apply for the mastermind. Now, the mastermind, if you're a hobbyist, this is totally not for you. But if you are not a hobbyist and you are looking to actually grow your business, this is huge. I'm actually curious. Can you guys tell me in the chat when I play this if you can hear it? Okay. I guess you can't actually hear it, so you'll have to go there instead. That would be nice if I, like, figured out how to actually let you guys hear, that. Could hear it, a little bit of noise. Alright, well, there's the link. So if you are the type that wants to really grow your photography business, this is something that I'm doing. It is flat out business coaching, which is something that the photography industry is so deprived of, it's not even funny. But we do stuff like this where I'm gonna audit, Instagrams, and we look at your website, we look at your pricing. We really have, like, 3 different pillars in this mastermind where we work on your profit plan, which helps you both craft psychologically pleasing pricing, and I give you a high value dialogue where you learn how to sell that because you have to communicate value, and that's what a lot of photographers have a problem with. So we go over that in the mastermind. Then we do marketing where I show you how to find and book photography jobs on a consistent basis. But it's also branding to make sure that you look good because a lot of time, which is what we're doing right now, like throw your Instagrams into the chat, because what we're doing right now is I'm basically going over your first impression with clients, and your first impression has to be good because you could get all the leads in the world, but if when they actually look at your Instagram you don't look good, then they're going to go run away. So like all of your time and money that you're spending on marketing is total waste because you don't look good when they show up. You could have your ideal client, the best client you could have ever wanted, show up at your virtual door and you're not ready for them. Like you don't look good. So we go over that in the marketing in the mastermind. And then we also do a CEO strategy where I call it the fast track to freedom, where not only we're going to help you optimize, streamline, and outsource the mundane work that you don't like doing anyway, so that you can spend more time doing what you love, like picking up a camera. And I'm also going to help give you a financial plan that lets you, at least for the people in the US, save money on taxes. Like I got a $96,000 refund this year because of the plans that I've used. It's crazy. So I'll help you do that and then just create like a legacy plan for, building a wealth, retirement, exit plan, all those things. So apply for the mastermind and we'll talk more about that there. All right, Michael, let's get to yours. All right. So you just said you redid this. All right. I'm curious as to why. Wedding see if you're in a small amount of A work. I've been a photographer since 2021. Okay. Okay. So, what I would love for you to do, so what you have right now, we don't have like a super clean looking Instagram bio. So, I would do that first. So, something even more like this one right here: weddings, lifestyle, food, and drink. And then make it easier to read like this versus like sentences like that. Readability and skimmability are huge, especially with anything mobile. So we want to make sure that I can skim this and just absorb it faster. When it's a sentence like this, I can't absorb it that quickly. It's not skimmable. You could say established 2021, wedding, senior, family, sports, videographer and photographer. And we don't need to say small amount of video work, just videographer and photographer. And tell me where you are. I don't know where you are. So I don't know if I should contact you. I don't know if you're near me or not. I'm assuming maybe you don't have a link to your website yet. So that's fine. But tell me how to contact you. Oh, you are following me. Thank you. I will follow you back. All right. So go ahead and let us know how to contact you. Even if it's just like send me a DM. Fine. Connect your WhatsApp, whatever it is. Just give me a place to go right now. You're not giving me a place to go. So understandably, if you are just starting over, like you said, or newer, like we're not super consistent with our work or our editing style or the kind of shoots that we're doing. So one thing that you can do to make yourself look a little bit more cohesive is when you post, specifically sort your photos so that they are matching. So for example, I would post like this green one, and then this one that's green, and then this one that's green. And then now I have 3 green ones. And then I would probably post this one that has blue, this one that has blue, and this one that has blue, and then post all those. And then I would do this one that's mostly gray, this one that's mostly gray. I don't think you have another one that's mostly gray, but you see what I mean? So while your work definitely needs a little bit more consistency overall, it's also a matter of having those photos together that do match, and it just appears to be more cohesive, and people feel like they're going to understand what they're getting as far as your photography goes. And then just work on the other things that we've been talking about. You've been in the chat for a little while, so I know I'm not going to drill it in that we want to use our highlights, we want to use our pinned posts, but those are the things that I see for you. Good morning, Richard. How are you? Okay, I'm glad this is all useful. Please let me know in the chat actually where y'all are from and what kind of photography you do. And then while you're there, go ahead and put your Instagram in the chat and I will get to auditing it. I have about 5 more minutes before my next appointment, or my first appointment of the morning. So I'll sit here with you guys. Nobody follows me. That's fine. I'll follow you. All right. So taking a look at this one, 4 or 5 portraits. Okay. So I see a couple things, but I will say 4 or 5 portraits does not match dynamic images OKC. So whenever your photography is beautiful, by the way, but whenever we are giving out our information, we want to be consistent. We want to be the same person everywhere. And right now, like, oh, follow me on Instagram. And I can just see you like saying this to people. It's 405_portraits. But then they're like, oh, wait, what's your website? Oh, it's dynamic images. So we want to create some kind of consistency. And maybe dynamic images was taken. I don't know, but we need to find some kind of consistency so that we're at the same place in all of it. I love that you tell me Oklahoma City photographer, you do photography and video. I need more in this bio here. I want to know what type of photography you do, maybe why you do it, or some credibility about it. Just this needs to be expanded. Like you actually didn't even write a bio at all. There's no bio here whatsoever. So write your bio. Okay. And then let's utilize the highlights and the pinned post to really talk about what we're doing. Your photography is beautiful. I'm kind of annoyed that why do you only have 13 likes on something so gorgeous? So let's take a look. Creative portraits aren't just photos. They're stories in a single frame. Okay. So this is beautiful, like what you wrote here, but no one's searching stories in a single frame. Nobody's searching like pops of color necessarily. Like we need to actually be annoying kind of in a way here, in the way that we type what it is that this is. We have to be almost literal so that the algorithm on Instagram can pick up what we're writing and show it to what we're showing and show it to the correct people who are going to like it. So for me, I don't know if these are dancers, right? Like we didn't even see anything having to do with dance in here, not even in your hashtags. So like, tell me what it is. And it can be, third grade material as far as writing. I got to photograph these two dancers in the desert of Oklahoma City. I don't know how this is Oklahoma City. It doesn't look like a city. So like, tell me what it is. Like, describe to me what the photo is. And then you can talk about, I love doing creative portraits. I'm a photographer. Like, we want the word photographer or photography in here because, again, that's what people search. 3 to 5 hashtags is what we need to do here. This isn't really helping you any. So I would just pick 3 to 5. And again, pick hashtags that are small and large, or I'm sorry, small and large as far as how many people are posting with them. So you all hopefully you get seen in hashtag, although most people don't search my hashtags anymore, but that's another story. And then also ones that are like photography inspiration, creative portraits, or portrait photography is fine. But then one more specific, like this one, Oklahoma photographer or Oklahoma City photographer, because people do still search stuff like that. Oklahoma high school senior, or tag the school. And that was the last thing here is there's no tags. We're not tagging anyone. We're not collaborating with anyone. So it's really limiting how much people are going to see your stuff. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. What do we have next? Who do I have next here? Going down. Oh, Richard. There you are. All right. I'm going to pull up Richard's, and I probably have enough time for a couple more. So this page is not available. Oh, it's because I have a P here. Hold on. My fault. There we go. Oh, yay. Richard follows me. Thanks. Okay. BB stage. What's a BB stage? And I'm not picking on you, Richard. What's a BB stage? Bodybuilding, probably. Keep BB stage if bodybuilders know what you're talking about. People like me don't know what you're talking about off the bat, but that's okay as long as your audience knows what you're talking about. But I would maybe potentially actually say bodybuilder in here, or bodybuilding or something, because that's more searchable probably than BB. That would be my guess. So love, I know what you do, where you do it. Give me some sort of credibility factor in here. And then that would be helpful. Let me look at your links. Okay, don't link to your Facebook profile. Just don't do it. We don't want to send them to like random places. We want to shorten the amount of time between when they find you to when they contact you. So this is not helping them. That's just helping them go down a rabbit hole. Let's just click on your other link here. All right, you're using Metricool. This is okay. So, this is mobile friendly. Request a section, date and time. Great information. I would take this out because, again, it's just going to send them down a rabbit hole that they potentially wouldn't find you or, wouldn't work with you. I would rather see like your portfolio up there first. If you have something with I like the photography tips, or like client stories or highlights. What you could do instead is have what we call a carrot, a top of funnel like guide, something they can download, something where you can get their information so you can capture their email, which should be part of your marketing plan, Richard, because you are working with repeat clients, kind of corporate stuff, essentially with, who's putting on the bodybuilding competition. You really need to have some way of capturing your audience and being in contact with them constantly. So that's one thing I really would love to see here. I don't see it. So I need something where it's join the mailing list, grab this free guide, which makes them join the mailing list, get whatever it is, start capturing your audience. That will be absolutely huge. And again, just faster way to contact you. I would make one of your links like book a session. And then the next one would be, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the Facebook and I'm blanking. The next one would be that guide, that top of funnel guide. So just very specific things that we want them to do. And I'm not, look back at this video. We want to make sure that we're utilizing our highlights and our pinned post to the best of their ability. How many likes did this have? Oh, I don't know. You hide your likes. Okay. These look legit. So I was just kind of looking at your comments to make sure that you were not getting a bot, but no, they look good. They look legit. Okay. So yeah. So here again, we're just not maximizing your post as much. I think you did tag her. That's good. I don't know who else you tagged in here. The show, her, or wait, who's this? Is she a photographer? Oh, were you maybe working for this photographer? Why are we tagging another photographer? Okay, so that's good. And look, you have your collaboration here, which is awesome that they collaborated. I'm curious if she would collaborate. That would be amazing. Is this her, My Peaceful Rebellion? Yeah. Okay, so did she collaborate? Oh yeah, she did collaborate. Fantastic. So you're doing the right things there. I would just make sure this is like carousel post. That's going to help you out a little bit. And then like here, we didn't even write the word photography, photographer, or photo. Those things we want. And you do still want to use like 3 to 5 hashtags. Ooh, oh my gosh, I have like a minute left. So I'm going to get to one more here. Zach, let me pull yours up. I hope this is helpful. Please let me know if this is helpful to you. Basically, I'm doing this because, well, my business coach suggested it, that I do this, and it's helpful to people. So please let me know if this is helpful. I hope this is helpful to all of you. And, even if I didn't get to your Instagram, that you're able to, just get ideas from this and see what you have to do, because I'm pretty consistent in what I've told you. Let me give you, okay, here's what I want you all to do who are watching this. I want you to send me a message, send me a DM with the words Insta tips. Insta tips. So I'll put it in the chat. So DM me. I'm instagram.com/Vanessa Joy. Boop. And then DM me the exact words Insta tips, and I'll give you like 7 tips that you can start doing right away. And it's a little bit of a summary of the things that we've been talking about. So go ahead and do that. And then that hopefully will help you out. Okay, Zach, let me get back to you, Zach. Sports, portraits, family photos, landscapes. Photographers here. DM me so we can work together. Good, I know where to go. Let's see where this goes. Okay, right to the contact. So what I would do here, instead of this just being one link, it does say contact. I would probably, and you can't do it unless you utilize like the more than one link option, and more than one link option is like this right here, where you can actually title them 1, 2, 3. But it would be nice to be like, contact me. Or, so they know they're going right to a contact page and not to your portfolio. I know this looks like your website and they can get there, but just so that's a little bit more clear so they know where they're going. Or even you could say, contact me below or DM me so we can work together, a little emoji arrow down. Oh, look at all you guys writing Insta tips. 2 words, people, 2-word Insta tips. I think, unless did it automatically do it? Oh no, it did work. Okay. So you can see what I do is I automatically just send it to you. So. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, Zach, here's my first impression of you. You're photographing children and you look like a serious, scary person. Smile. Be friendly. Smile. It lets the children know you like them. And let me know if you know what movie that's from. Or I think the line was, smile. It lets them know that you're a friend. All right. Branding is everything. And if I'm a mom and I'm looking for someone to photograph my 12-year-old, 10-year-old girl right here, I want somebody who's friendly and is going to be nice to my 10-year-old girl. I have a 10-year-old girl. So that's really important. Just something to consider. Just overall branding, right? So I would update your headshot for sure. Yeah. And same thing, like utilizing your pin posts, utilizing your highlights that are really going to help you, because we say sports, portraits, families, landscapes, but I'm not really seeing that here. I see the sports, and I guess this is wildlife, which sort of is landscape-ish. And then we've got this guy in flames and wings. So I would very much utilize those pin posts so we can really show off those parts of your portfolio very specifically. Okay, guys, I have to go. I have to leave. But I would like you all, if you're not sending me, oh, good, Zach. I hope I didn't come off wrong. I was not trying to be mean, just trying to make sure we're direct because I have 2 minutes left. But I really would love all of you to take a look at the Mastermind. It is really, really an amazing, let you look at a video. But it is something that I started doing in February, and it's changing photographers' lives, doubling income, making them more confident, quitting jobs, like all the things. If you are serious about turning your photography into an actual career, this is pretty much like your MBA, your master's of business degree in photography. So I did throw that into the chat, and you could apply for it if you are at all interested. Do it like right now. It does not take long to apply for it. It's a couple of questions, and you are going to be able to get on the waiting list for this mastermind, which is currently sold out. But you can get on the waiting list, and it should be about a week and a half. We're going to open that waiting list and start hand picking people to for us to chat with to talk more about this. Yeah, Dwayne, this is going to be up. It's just alive. It's going to live on my YouTube, so you can go back and take a look. The link to this mastermind is down there. There's no link to the 7 tips, so you actually do have to Instagram me for that. But okay, I got to go to my next appointment. Thank you guys all for watching, and I hope it's been helpful for you. Bye.